very good fighter, a complete fighter, a fighter who I think presents next to the most, he's probably the second most difficult guy to fight in the weight class because he's rangy. He can do so many things. He can fight inside, he can fight outside. He's a great body puncher.
And he's able to pull this off and beat Boots on points or somehow hurt Boots and stop Boots and put on a great performance. Puerto Rico has their next great star.
Roy Jones Jr. believes Jaron "Boots" Ennis could be taking a bigger risk than many fans realize by stepping into the ring with Xander Zayas. His warning adds a whole new level of intrigue to this matchup.
Yeah, they'll hit you repeatedly with the same shot or you won't be around long. So Boots gonna get on his game. I'm sure he's gonna tighten up and get on his A game because he knows he has an A up.
On paper, Ennis appears to have the edge in speed, power, and experience. But according to Roy, that's exactly what makes the fight dangerous. Xander is young, motivated, disciplined, and entering the fight with far less pressure. Sometimes the toughest fights aren't the ones you're expected to lose. They're the ones everyone expects you to win.
The guy, and I think he's very mature for his age. Boots, on the other hand, is looking for that coming out party type fight. So he got to fight somebody at this point. And because he couldn't get A, he went to B. And I liked it about Boots because Boots saying, I want all the smoke. If this one won't take me, I'll go find the next one. And so, since he couldn't make the fight with Ortiz, he made the fight with Xander. This is what you want to see. This is a barn burner, I think.
That viewpoint also connects with concerns raised by Robert Garcia. The longer the fight lasts, the more opportunities Xander may have to settle in, gain confidence, and become increasingly difficult to deal with. A comfortable start for Boots doesn't necessarily guarantee an easy night.
A lot personally, I like his movement, I like how he's carried himself, and I like him. I've seen his growth, you know, calling his fights on ESPN. He's got a lot to like. He's got the range, he's got the height, he's tough. You know, he got a whole country behind him, and he fully embraces trying to be the next great Puerto Rican champion. And he's gonna cause some problems for Boots Ennis throughout this fight. But the question, my initial question...
Andre Ward brings another perspective to the discussion. He understands that raw talent can dominate early, but discipline and composure often decide what happens when a fight becomes difficult. Ennis has the athletic gifts to take control, but Xander's patience and structure could force him into a more complicated battle than expected.
Had his way so much that I don't always see Boots, even though he does have skill defensively, he doesn't always use it. I see Boots sometimes get hit with clean flush shots. And I'll see him get hit in a fight with a repeated shot. And my boxing brain says, you took that shot against this guy, what if you get hit with that same shot against that?
Roy Jones Jr. also made it clear that he sees Xander as much more than a promising young fighter. He views him as a talented champion with real confidence, solid fundamentals, and physical advantages that could become important as the rounds go on. While Ennis remains the favorite, Roy believes Xander has the tools to make this a highly competitive fight if he can stay composed and execute his game plan.
In terms of experience, you can go 60-40, 60 with Boots, 40 with Xander, but it kind of is a 50-50 fight.
As a young guy like Xander, naturally it sounds like Xander may be an underdog in this matchup. What do you think that Xander presents to Boots that one, he hasn't seen before, and that two, he'll have to adjust to be successful?
Height, discipline, and Xander's actually a good puncher, and he also knows how to work to the body. So Xander is a complete fighter. I don't know how many complete fighters Boots really has faced, but unlike the guy he fought from overseas who was a decent fighter but he wasn't complete, Xander's...
Richard Torres believes too many fans are overlooking Xander Zayas in this matchup with Jaron Ennis. While much of the attention is focused on Boots' speed, power, and reputation, Torres points out that Xander is entering this fight with confidence, momentum, and a chance to transform his career with one statement victory.
He's gonna win. I think people are underestimating Xander so much. It's insane to me. Like, people are all like, oh, like, Xander's not ready for Boots. This isn't, you know, oh, Boots is gonna wash him out. Boots is gonna do this. Boots is gonna do that. Xander's a world champ, a multiple belt world champ, and he's showcased who he is time and time again. I think people are just like washing him out or like overlooking him because he's so young. But I'm giving it to Xander. I think Xander, his boxing ability, his ring IQ, his presence, his just stature, I think it's gonna be tough for anybody to beat him. And so I'm excited for this fight, and I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think it's gonna be a competitive fight. But
Aaron Ford adds another interesting perspective by looking beyond the hype. He recognizes Ennis' explosive style, fast hands, and ability to take control of a fight quickly. But he also understands that success isn't always determined by who looks more impressive on paper.
Everybody says that Xander's going to give Boots trouble because of the Karen fight, right? It seems like whenever Boots is talked about going up against a boxer, everybody references Karen Chikadze and Karen Chikadze, right?
Right.
Why are we going to see a different Boots in this fight than in the Karen fight?
See, people don't realize, years ago, 10 years ago, we turned Boots pro up in Utah, 18 years old, 147 pounder. Now the man was 28 years old, was still fighting at 147. That's hard as hell. A 10-year span, now he's in the division he belonged in. Guess what? He ain't hurting himself making that weight. Hey look, this is a junior middleweight man, I'm telling you, that punch like a heavyweight. They ain't gonna believe it right now until they see it. But come June 27th at the Barclays Center up in New York, it's gonna be unveiled, man. You're gonna see something great. But tell us how Bruce feel. If Bruce wanna take a little walk around the park, he'll get him in 6. If we wanna be nice up in New York, we get him 8.
According to Ford, the key could be how the fight develops over time. If Boots starts fast and lands clean shots early, he could take command of the action. But if Xander remains composed, manages the pace, and forces Ennis to work consistently, the fight could become much more competitive than many expect.
What's the best version of Boots look like overall, in your opinion?
The intelligence, the crazy counterpunching. Yo, his imagination is through the roof. Yo, I mean, people don't realize how much imagination, it means in boxing. Yo, man, this guy, man, he do nobody else can do. Except Roy Jones. Nobody's been able to do this Boots do since Roy Jones. And his imagination is crazy, man. His angles, his speed. And like I said, his punching power, man, they haven't seen his punching power really get unleashed.
Andre Rozier still favors Ennis, believing he has more ways to win. While he respects Xander's talent, confidence, and potential, he sees Boots as the more complete fighter. His speed, power, versatility, and ability to attack from different angles make him one of the toughest challenges in boxing today.
This is a really, really good fight. It's an old school fight, champion against champion, and it's going to be a tough affair. Honestly, my heart is always with Boots, and that's a fight that's been made, so I'm going to have to side with him. And I think it might just be a little premature for Zayas, but he is a 2 unified world champion, so he has to bring it to the table.
What would be his keys to it?
Don't get hit.
Who would you say has the edge, just pure boxing?
Listen, I've been in camp with Boots. I've seen him since he was young, man. He's just progressed amazingly. He has fast hands. He has wonderful angles. He's ambidextrous.
Mickey Bay also views this as a legitimate test for both fighters. He respects Xander's youth, strength, discipline, and self-belief. But he believes Ennis possesses a rare combination of speed, timing, power, and creativity. For Bay, the biggest question is whether Xander can stay composed when Boots begins making adjustments, changing angles, and increasing the pressure. That's why he still sees Ennis as the fighter with the more dangerous set of weapons heading into the matchup.
Fight. Xander could fight, but I just think he ain't been through the fire like Boots gonna put him through. Like Boots ain't one of them guys that's in there to cruise. He gonna try to get him out of there. So I think he gonna be a little too much for Xander down the stretch. Yeah, I think.
You think he's gonna stop?
It's possible, but I think he's gonna dominate him. Because he might have a good chin, be throwable. I ain't never see if he can how to take it to the body, but yeah, I just think Boots gonna. I think he'd dominate him. But a good fight though. Xander could fight, good fighter, but right now I don't think that he's ready.
Robert Garcia believes this fight could be more competitive than many expect. While Jaron Ennis enters as the favorite, Garcia points out that if Xander Zayas can handle the early rounds and settle into the fight, his confidence could continue to grow. That's what makes this matchup intriguing. Every round could change the momentum.
Would have to look sensational and put a beating on him the first half of the fight. But I think if it goes late into I think Boots is in trouble because Xander has tremendous heart, big boy, he's a warrior. He has the heart that won't stop him. He won't back up. I think he has a chance. Honestly.
Shane Mosley sees a potential path to success for Xander. Rather than trying to match Ennis' explosiveness, he believes Zayas should rely on discipline, patience, and smart boxing. By controlling the pace, staying defensively responsible, and forcing Boots to work for every opening, Xander could make the fight far more challenging than many anticipate.
They're going for Xander Zayas, that's the next, and he has a good chance of winning because it's bigger and he has a lot of speed and foot movement and stuff like that. But for me, I just think Boots has too many tools, man. And he's a little bit older and wiser, but he has too many tools. But you never know. I mean, Xander actually fights, so he must see something. Because this fight, if he beats Boots, it makes him one of the legendary fighters in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Now, he's a champion thing, but this fight will make him like, oh, okay, he was a beast.
Might put him in the pound for pound.
Yeah, put him in the pound for pound list and all that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, he believes he can win, so we'll see.
Tim Bradley still leans toward Ennis, but he isn't dismissing Xander's chances entirely. He views Boots as the more explosive and naturally gifted fighter, yet he also respects Zayas' maturity, confidence, and willingness to embrace big challenges. Bradley believes Xander has the mindset to compete, even if Ennis remains the favorite.
Big fight against Xander, man. Yeah, the young gun. So, I mean, the young gun is best to see. Man, it's a tough fight, man. I got Boots. I just think that he's ultra talented. However, I mean, Xander could surprise him, man. Look, I expect the best Boots version of himself. I expect the best Xander. Boots got more pop on his shots. Boots is, I think, he's more talented out of the two. Boots do have some. Boots does have some hope, but so does Xander, man. I mean, look, I think it's gonna boil down to who wants him most. To be honest with you, who wants him most? It's gonna be a dogfight, man. Xander don't mind. He don't mind going toe to toe if he needs to. I know he's gonna probably try to box, but Boots is coming to get his, bro. He's coming to prove a point, and we should get a hell of a fight.
Greg Hackett approaches the fight from a technical standpoint. He sees Ennis as the more proven fighter, highlighting his speed, adaptability, and ability to make adjustments. At the same time, he believes this is the opportunity Xander has been waiting for, the chance to show whether he can perform against elite-level competition.
Big kid, great confidence right now. He unified. And that fight with a boss, Raul showed us he's definitely a dog. I mean, he had to fight down in that fight. He took some shots too. You know what I'm saying? He got worked out a little bit too. And fights like that, you learn something. Not saying a boss is a comparison to Boots. Of course he's not. But that did show him something about himself. I mean, he can take a shot and he can fight through tough times. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't do that. Boots just need a body. He needs somebody like Xander. You know what I mean? Xander is, when it comes to experience, I'm gonna say they somewhat similar, but then again, no, because Boots got better names than you think. I think so. I mean, Xander's just a champion at 54. But Boots is, to me, better skill, sharper, and I think he's punching.
Dennis Thompson, Jr., believes Ennis' versatility could be a major factor. Boots can box at range, switch stances, counter effectively, and apply pressure when needed. That variety makes him difficult to prepare for and even harder to predict. In Dennis' view, Xander must avoid falling into a predictable rhythm if he hopes to keep Ennis from taking control.
Because I already know nobody can beat my homie at all. That's what I got in my head, and I already know he got the talents and everything to walk through everybody.
How do you see this going?
How do I see this going?
Decision, stoppage, what?
I'm gonna say stoppage. I don't think it's going. I think it was too much. I don't think it's going to be
What do you see that Xander does well that could possibly make this a difficult fight?
That could possibly make it a difficult fight. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter. And he definitely got the skill. I feel like his mindset will help it out. His mindset will help him out, but I feel like he ain't
So unprofessional. He's supposed to be a promoter.
Exactly.
The rivalry has also intensified outside the ring, adding another layer of excitement to the matchup. As fight week approaches, both fighters appear fully confident in their abilities. For Ennis, it's about proving he belongs among boxing's elite. For Xander, it's a chance to show he can compete with the very best. That combination of confidence, ambition, and high stakes is what makes this fight so compelling.
That's gonna make the most money fighting me. I'm really the cash cow at 154 for real. So these guys can fight this guy, fight that guy, but when they fight me, I'm the cash cow. I make the most money fighting me, and that's with anybody in the division. So they gotta see me. I got the biggest name, I got the hottest name. I'm the best fighter at 154. You gotta see me.
Dude, the predictions are in, the pressure is building, and both fighters believe they're ready for the moment. Now it's time to find out if Jaron Ennis proves why he's the favorite, or if Xander Zayas shocks the boxing world. Fight night can't come soon enough. Fire oncoming.